And I know you're covering it. I mean, while retail is kind of panicking over price charts, as we were just covering, Larry Fink and Rob Goldstein from BlackRock just published an op-ed in The Economist, and we'll bring it up. I mean, they aren't talking about Bitcoin ETFs anymore. They're talking about tokenization. And I'll read this quote. Larry Fink writes, "Tokenization today is roughly where the internet was in 1996. He says the technology will replace paper with code and allow for instantaneous settlement from all assets, stock, bonds, real estate." Wendy, if Vanguard is, quote, the gateway for people to buy Bitcoin, is BlackRock building the actual operating system for the entire financial world? Is this the kind of crypto supercycle you've been talking about?
That's kind of what it feels like. And I always think it's very interesting because BlackRock's been talking about tokenization for a long time. And when we talk about tokenization, we kind of look into the nitty gritty of it. Tokenization is just a fancy word for RWAs, real world assets, which is another fancy word for NFTs. It's kind of evolved. And the cool thing about it is that people will actually be able to prove their ownership for various assets, and hopefully it'll bring a lot of different transparency. But I do think that that I do agree with you, or to answer your question, that BlackRock is kind of building the infrastructure for this to function properly. Because at the end of the day, all these traditional financial entities, they're businesses. They care about their bottom line. And if they can kind of remove their third party that deals with a lot of the fees and just host the stuff themselves, why wouldn't they want to build that out and potentially use existing systems? So I think moving forward, we're going to see a lot more talk about tokenization. I mean, Larry Fink and BlackRock have been talking about it for a long time. They have a fund called the Biddle Fund, which is one of the largest tokenized asset pools globally that involves, a couple different cryptos, which is really cool to see. But I think that they are going to continue to build this out to where it will benefit their bottom line and their shareholders and everything else that they've got going on.